Hi, everyone.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Metta Musings and Mugs. I hope you're all doing well. It's so exciting times. Everything is shifting for us. I don't know about you, but I can feel the energies just changing and working its magic along the way. So I would love to see you. Post a comment below that you are here. If you haven't already authorized StreamYard through Facebook, if you're watching through Facebook, please make sure that you are clicking the link so I can see your names as well, which would be really wonderful. Hello, Joe. How are you? Oh, wow, that's been a while. So great to see you here. Fantastic. So, have you got a mug ready for you? Have you got a mug with your favorite beverage? I actually treated myself and my wife Lana on a really special mug, which is this one here. And it says, "My kids have paws, eyebrows, and a bearded snout." Of course they do. And as you can see, there is a little schnauzy on the back. So that's my mug for today. And it's a very special mug because, I love all animals, as you know. Absolutely love all of them, but for sure biased to schnauzers. They are definitely our kind of dog in terms of who we are and, in relation to our lifestyle and everything else. But on top of that, they are such intelligent dogs as well, and they've got big personalities, even though we have the smaller kind there as well. So love the schnauzies. Joe, yes. I know, right? StreamYard is fine with it, but it's Facebook that's a bit iffy with that. So we have to give StreamYard permission through Facebook to see our names, which is really good. Because then we can do really funky things like this, right? We can actually see who's been commenting too, which is very cool, very cool. So what's going on in your life right now? Really keen to find out. I have been focused on a few things around, adding more value here in the group, but also enhancing the programs that I'm offering. And one of the things that was very much present, especially in the last few weeks, is about manifesting the things that we would like to manifest. And, as we know, our animals, they are very much in the present moment. And they don't necessarily think about what is going to happen, in the next minute or so, what's going to happen tomorrow or next week. They're very much in the now and actually working from that place and living from that place, really. It's not working from the place, but living from that place. And I actually sent out an email this week about that and that was actually inspired by what has been eventuating in the last probably 5 to 8 weeks for myself, but also for a lot of the clients that I work with. It seems like the energies are always aligning, isn't it? Like when you are talking to someone about a certain topic, then there is always that mirror coming back at you going, okay, where is that visible in my life? How can I apply this for myself? So there's always a little golden nugget of learning and awareness that we get by interacting and talking to other people. And so the other thing that popped up for me as well was actually a quote from Abraham Hicks around the manifestation process and what we do to actually create the things in our lives. And so I sent out an email around that, and I've had some really great feedback from some of the people that have received it. It's really wonderful that when you send out an email, you ask, love to hear your thoughts, share it, hit reply here. They actually do that. It's really fascinating, and it's wonderful for me to receive that sort of feedback and hearing the stories of you guys around what you are experiencing with those sorts of topics that are being discussed. And the things that I've noticed that people are quite struggling with around the manifestation is that, we're putting out there what we would like to create, and then we almost sit back and relax and go, okay, well, universe, give it to me, right? It's almost like, great, I've done it, and now I can just wait and see, because now I can manifest. Well, it doesn't always work that way, right? And I'm sure that you know that. I'm sure that, you have certainly put out your goals, your ideas of what you want to achieve, and maybe even created a vision board around that, and have your affirmations ready, and have the images and the words and things all around you, or at places where you can see them, right? So that you actually invite in what that is. But the thing is that we actually want to take that a few steps further. We want to make sure that we are certainly aware of the things that we want to create, and also be aware of who we want to be to have that in our lives as well. And I'm sure you've heard about the be, do, and have scenario. We are the person that we want to be already now. Then we do the things that inspire us to do to have what we want to create. That's it in a nutshell, right? So manifesting comes with a few elements there. Yes, we think about what we want. Yes, we can write it down and create our vision boards and do all these beautiful things around that. But it's not about sitting still and then waiting for it, right? We still have to do the work. And that's the fun part, because that becomes our journey. And it's the same thing as with the animals. You do the work now, in the present moment. We don't do it back there. We don't do it out there in the future. We're actually doing it now. And I've experienced that we can get stuck into that future piece. We can get stuck in, this is what I want to create, and that's where I'm going to focus. Now, when we do that, what happens is we're actually losing what's happening right now. We're losing that focus because we are focusing in the future. And it's great that we do that, 100%. We still want to make sure that we have in our mind what we are creating, what we are doing, right? Where do we want to be? Who do we want to be in that moment as well? But often we forget a step in between. And that makes us focus on what we want in the future, whether that's tomorrow or next year or in 5 years' time. It doesn't matter what that future distance is, right? Even if it's in the next hour, yeah? We still want to be present right now to do the things that are inspiring for us and to do the things that are getting us to where we want to be. The step in between that I'm talking about is actually knowing exactly what it is that we want to create, that we desire to create, why we want to do that. And then we are going to actually visualize it already being here. So we can not just visualize, we want to also feel it. How does it feel when we have what we are looking to create? What does it smell like? What does it sound like? What are we seeing happening around that? What are we hearing in the sounds as well, right? So we really want to make it a reality already in this moment right now. And that's often a step that we forget to do. Once we have the feeling and we can see it happening or hear the sounds that relating to that, and this could be hearing a song, hearing specific sounds, seeing beautiful colors. You can see perhaps what you want to play like a movie in front of you. Maybe you see images, or you are reminded of a country or a town that you may have visited that have really inspired you to get where you want to be. Whatever that is for you, that's very personal. But I would love to invite you to actually get into that space to feel all of that, and then we bring that into the present moment, because then you allow that vision of what you want to come into your energies, into your energy field in this moment, and you hold on to those feelings and all those beautiful visions and everything else, because out there it's already created for you. Everything that we want is already out there created for us. It's now bringing that energy into now, allowing us to really feel and step into that. From that place, we can create. From that place, we decide what the actions are that we're going to take to get where we want to be. And that makes sure that we remove the focus from that future event that we desire to have that happening right now. And what we can do then is every day we tap into that feeling, we tap into that vision and going, great, this is who I'm being by already having that what I want. And from that place, you can ask, what is the next step that I can do? How do I need to be in this moment? Right? How do we need to be is also a question I get from clients. Like, how do I know what I need to be? How do I know how I need to behave? How do I know what to do? Yeah, these are beautiful questions. Love them, because that means that you're already thinking about it. That means that you're already willing to make the changes right now to really focus on where you want to be. How we need to be is already aligned with what you are creating. So an example could be if you, for example, if you want to set yourself up as an expert in the field that you love, something that you're really passionate about, and you want to share that with other people. We want to be more of a leader and a teacher and a guide in that space. So we are being already in the energy of that leader, that expert, that guide, that facilitator. So we take on those energies already, and we already are that particular person. And what that does is it helps with your confidence. It helps with you trusting that what you are doing is the right thing to get where you want to be. And it really helps with you understanding what you can do very simplistically to actually create what you want. And it also helps you to come into that flow of you creating what you want. So even though we may not be as confident to be that particular leader that we desire to be, to teach people around what we're really passionate about, we are stepping into the energy of being that leader. And that already gives us that oomph, that confidence that we want. Because that then tells the universe as well, you are willing and already in that space of who you want to be. And now we have the specifics. You've told us exactly what you want to create. You're in the energy of that creation right now. You're already being that person right now. And then the universe goes, fantastic. Let's give you more opportunities around that. Let's give you more audience. Let's give you more of what you're truly looking for, right? So then the universe will then help you to give you messages like the wisdom around what you're going to be doing. You can tap into your heart and ask, what is it that I can do today to be who I desire to be and to create what I desire to create? And that is the link that we are often missing in what we call at a human level, the goal setting. The outcome that we are looking for, the creation that we are here to work on, right? So stepping into that, it's very easy to do that. We can do that very simply. Once we have that vision, once we have that idea of this is what I really want to create and I know why I want to create that, and I can feel it in my heart space that is absolutely what I desire to do, then the next step is to basically sit with that. Focus on what you are creating, and then you think about it's already here. How does it feel when that's already here? So basically what happens is you can feel into what it feels like when you already have it. And that's the important part. So when we feel it, that's when it comes into your energy space. And most people tell me that they can hear the sounds around it. They close their eyes, they can see it all happening, and they can really feel themselves being happy and vibrant and joyful, and they feel elevated and thrilled for having already that. And those are the feelings I'm talking about. And they can see colors or hear music. Maybe they see people around them that really support them, and they have a joyous life with them in that moment as well. Those things that will come to you as you close your eyes when you see it already happening, that is what I would love for you to keep tapping into every single day. Sometimes even a moment of the day when you may feel uninspired or demotivated, or you're just not feeling it. Tune into that space again and go, what can I do right now? And even sometimes we get the message, nothing. You don't have to do anything today. Or you get a message going, actually, you need to lie down. Just lie down for half an hour and rest and restore and recuperate. It doesn't matter what the activity is. When you get that message of what it is that you're going to be doing, follow it through. Follow it through. Trust it. In particular, when things come to you quite easily, don't doubt that. Play with that. When you tune into yourself and you ask the question, what is it that I can do today to create what I actually want, or to have a joyous day today, or what can I do today to serve my clients, or to work joyously with my colleagues, or to have healthy food today, whatever that is. What can I do today to actually go outside and enjoy nature? Whatever that is, whatever you could get through straight away, follow up on that. Because I can guarantee you, when you do that, you will experience it so much differently as well. And you're actually teaching yourself to trust in your guidance, your inner guidance. And when if you want to amplify that, you're not in a space where you may necessarily understand what it feels like to listen to your inner guidance. As you sit down and you go through that visualization and that creation, the imagination comes in of how it will look, feel, smell, and sound when you have what you're creating, you can actually put your hands on your heart space. And then just sit with that and breathe into it. And as you breathe into it and allow everything else to just fall away, often we have that softer voice coming in with some beautiful words or messages that come through. Start paying attention to that, because that is your inner guidance. You will hear words and feel messages and see images or hear sounds, whatever that is for you, that relates to the question that you have just asked. And once you start to trust that and going fully into that, that is when magic happens. That is when we get into flow. That is when things are starting to fall into place. And you start to notice, oh my God, I'm getting closer to where I want to be. Oh my God, this actually felt really right to show up for my colleagues, or to be that leader, or, to actually go outside and go for a walk or for a bike ride or for a run, whatever it is. Right? So once you start to pay attention to that and actually do those things that you are being guided to do, feel how that feels, see how that works for you. Right? And I mentioned the hear, see, feel, and sense and all these things because we all have the different abilities to pick up on information, right? Similar as our learning styles. When we learn in school or university, or even now, as an adult, when we learn, some people learn by doing, learn by watching movies and seeing slides, learn by hearing lectures, and learn by reading books, or whatever that is for you. That is also how your inner guidance, your intuition, communicates with you. So when you tap into what you want to create and you see that as a movie, then quite possibly, highly likely, you are learning and doing things with visual information, right? And therefore your inner guidance will share with you images, colors, all that sort of stuff. So we also want to pay attention to that and tap into that more consciously as well. It's interesting because our animals teach us that at the same time, because they're so much in the present moment, and we often refer to it as they follow their instinct. Well, again, there is the word in there, the same as us, inner guidance, intuition. It comes from within, right? So then they have instinct as we have our survival mechanism. Yeah, our ego is linked with that. So there are the two sides to that. It's our inner knowing, our inner guidance, our intuition, our inner voice. And then we have our ego and our survival mode, and for when we are in true danger. Animals have that similar ability. They have their instinct in terms of their, whatever comes from within, but they also have their instinct as in, we have to be in survival mode. So we can really learn and pick up on that stuff as well. From what I've been told by my guides and also the animals, is that we really want to now step into that inner space for ourselves. And it's no coincidence that we have had around the world, in particular in the last 2 years, all these lockdowns. Currently in Australia, we're still going through that. Sydney is now coming out of it. Victoria is still very much into the lockdown space, and I believe some other places as well. I'm not keeping 100% track of that. But there is no coincidence. I spoke to a client yesterday, and she was actually saying that she loved the lockdown period, being forced to be at home, being forced to be by herself. At a level, forced her to actually go within and actually investigate further about, who she is and what it is that she wants to do and how is she going to be coming out of the lockdown. We are forced to actually go within, gather that beautiful, powerful light that we have, and shine that into the world for ourselves and others to see. We must do this. We must tap into our inner guidance to live. When we look at the external factors that come into play, or often when we listen to our human side, our ego, whatever you want to call that, that is mostly relating to being in a survival mode and being lived, because we are listening to external environments and we are listening to a side of us that wants us to remain comfortable and not necessarily move forward. Whereas when we listen to our inner guidance and our higher self, that place is love and joy. And that beautiful light of ours, that beautiful power that we have, is what we want to be guided by, because that's when we have the most wonderful, loving experience for ourselves and the people around us. And at the moment, that is very much awakening all around us for everyone involved. And the people who don't want to participate in that, that's fine too. Everybody is on their own journey, and that's perfectly okay. However, for you being here, I'm sure that you are looking for something else that you believe, I am much more than what I can physically see. And I'm very, very keen right now to explore that. And our animals, as the animal kingdom has told me, want nothing more than to help us with that process. They're very keen for us to also be very much in that present moment, to be 100% fully aligned with ourselves, to be able to listen to that voice that's very, very quiet for most of us right now, for that to become louder and to really step into our power, to really live from that place. And wouldn't that be amazing? Because then it becomes easier to create what we truly desire to create. It becomes easier to do the things that we are inspired to do. And inspired, inspiration, that word comes from in spirit, as in it comes from within, guided by our spirit, guided by ourselves, by our soul, however you want to call that, right? And often we then draw all the people around us as well that we want, that can help us with this, and that we can help at the same time. So you find your tribe at the same time as well. And I truly hope that you find that tribe here with us as well. So let me know, what are your thoughts around all of this? What is going through your mind right now? And how can we help you to gain more clarity, or help you to become more of who you are and to shine your powerful light into the world? What are some of these things that are going through your mind right now? And as I'm waiting for some comments, I'm going to have a sip of my tea. Beautiful. Let me just double check. Okay. Excellent. All right. And I can so appreciate that this is a lot of information to take in as well. So allow this to sink in, allow it to be absorbed by you as a human, but also by you as your soul. And, you can always place comments afterwards as well. I'll certainly reply to that. Or if you want to chat with me in person, feel free to send me a personal message, or we can always tee up a time to have a conversation. Very, very happy to just have a conversation with you around all of this. It's so important for us to really keep focusing on what we truly want to create, right? To really keep focusing on who we truly are from the inside out. Hello, Melissa. How are you? So good to see you. How have you been? Thanks for being here, beautiful. So it is so important for us right now. And I don't know about you, but I can really feel those energies shifting and very much inviting us to come forward, come out of our shell, right? Yes, we are human, but it's so important now for our soul to come through and for us to live according to that guidance, right? And our animals can help us with that for sure. Yeah, they are with us for a reason too, right? Those of us who have pets, they are with us for a reason. They've chosen us the same way as we have chosen to have certain people around us in this lifetime as well. So, but that's a completely different topic altogether, because then we're talking about, reincarnation and what we decide to do before we are born, and how do we know to, have certain people or animals around us. That's a completely different episode, which is what we're probably going to talk about anyhow very, very soon. So I think that was all that I wanted to share today. And I think that was quite an interesting topic and something to really think about and to allow it to sink in. Yeah. Again, I'm here for you if you need any support with this, if you just want to have a conversation around it, open it up, share it in the comments, send me a personal message. I'm here for you. So I'm going to say I will see you guys next week with the beautiful new mug. And you stay connected with love and grace, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.